Back at it.
Conductor.
For real. Shout out Rep One. Yeah. Alright. You think I didn't see that you stayed silent? That's like you endorsing it all. May as well stand behind them. I stood beside you, thought there was some good inside you. Situations like these, they force you to notice the difference. Look at me and these.
Boys, in this video I'm going to break down exactly how I was able to make £50,000 in a month at the age of 19. So let me break everything down to you. Before we dive into this, boys, we need to go back a few years. Before 50k per month, I was just a kid who wanted money without having to ask his parents, right? I grew up around friends who lived in crazy houses and their parents would give them hundreds just to buy a few clothes from Zara. Well, I know you guys all had that one friend, right? And his parents give him like £200 just to buy like a t-shirt and a jacket from Zara or something. There's always that one guy that parents go over the top. I saw this and questioned myself. How can I do this for myself? My parents aren't gonna give me hundreds of pounds, so it's time for me to start making my own money. I instantly started reselling. I started reselling so I can have the freedom to buy whatever I want without having to ask my family for money. As you can see right here, the iPhones, I have like 20 Air Forces, Selfridges bags, Moncler bags, like hella shoes here, right? And I was actually grinding, reselling back in the day. And this is me right here, flexing my first £1,000. I think I was like 16, flexed my first £1,000 at the age of 16, right? I was gassed. After making money of reselling, I decided to treat myself with some clothes. But this was the real eye-opener. Every time I was going out to do some shopping trips, I was in an environment I dreamed about. Walking around Knightsbridge, being exposed to exotic cars, people walking around with expensive watches on, and just high-value people in general, made me realize what I was doing was nowhere near enough. And I was only 17 at the time, boys, right? As you can see right here, just like doing shopping at the age 16 or 17. At this age, it was a real eye-opener to me, right? And this is because like I'm walking around, imagine being 16 or 17, walking around Mayfair, seeing people who are like double your age or whatever, walking around with Rolexes on. People who are 25, maybe not double my age, like 20, 21, walking around with Rolexes on. I'm thinking like, how the fuck can they afford this, right? How the hell can they afford this? After realizing I need to be doing better, I decided to venture into other businesses. The first business I got into was selling oud. I decided to start selling oud. I was 17 and invested 80% of my net worth into an order to start this business. I was running around London selling small bottles of oud for £5. The highest ever order I got was £50. I used to run around Knightsbridge going up to random people asking if they'd like to buy some oud. I went up to 20 plus people every day and only one person bought. Me and my friend Yusuf were going around Knightsbridge, just going up to random chauffeur cars. Like we see like a V-Class or somebody in a Rolls Royce or like even people walking down the road. We'll knock on the door and we'll ask them, do you want to have a smell of our fragrances? If they said, like some of them said yes, they want to smell it. I think maybe like three or four people said yes. Obviously it's London, a lot of people are just stubborn, not going to say yes to some like 17-year-old kid in a Nike Tech, right? So I went up to them, I went up to one guy, right? And he actually took us in. He smelled it and he liked what we were selling, right? So we gave him, so we had like a massive box and it had, look, as you can see here, it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different ouds. So we gave him each one to smell. He found the one he liked and he gave us £20, right? And me and Yusuf was gassed. It's not because we made £20. No one cares about £20. We were gassed because we finally had somebody that actually wanted to take us in. So we were grinding every single day, going to different people to people, asking if they want to smell our ouds, right? On Snapchat, I was posting it every single day. People were coming up to me every single day wanting to buy ouds. And the prices I had was £5 for 3ml, £10 for 6ml, and £20 for 12ml. People were buying oud from me for £5. And at the time, I was thinking like, £5 isn't anything. But until I saved up so much money, I really wanted this to work. But I only really made 2K. So it didn't fail. I made money, but I didn't make a lot of money. Business 2 was a content agency. And this absolutely failed, right? Although you can see crazy results here, I was scaling my own accounts to millions of views in weeks, like 1 week, 1.8 million views, right? Instagram account last 14 days, 30,000 followers, right? In 2024, I launched a content agency thinking I was going to get rich. At this time, I was 17 with no skills, so I decided to grow my own account and use this as proof for my clients that I tried to sign. I was outreaching to 50 people every single day, mainly call sellers, to try and get them signed. I was watching Jordan Platter, I don't know what his name is, some agency guy. I was watching Arturo, I was watching like a few other agency people. One guy called Hermes MBA, people probably won't know him. But I used to watch all of these guys in the agency space, and I was really trying to make this work because I like the fact how, you know, you can send the Stripe link, someone can pay you 2 or 3 bands, and you have the notification. I was obsessed with the notifications. That's what I wanted. I wanted the notifications, right? That's what I was obsessed with. Here is a script I was using to DM people. Whilst everybody was messing around at school, going to parties, I was just trying to land a client. I sent over 200 DMs and landed 1 client, and he didn't even pay. I worked fully for free. I remember showing my dad this, that landed my first client. He asked me, how much did he pay? I said 0. After this, I knew I had to lock in. This was the outreach method that I was sending to loads of different people on Instagram who are like way older than me. Like right now, they're probably like 24, 25. But I was sending this DM to loads of different people, right? But it's funny now because some of the people I outreach to are now my very good friends, which is actually crazy. But yeah, so this was a content agency and this failed. Business 3, trading, failed again. At this time, I had a friend who was a trader, who was the same age as me, and he was absolutely printing. I realized this and decided to get involved myself. I was grinding for hours every single day, and this was my daily routine. Wake up, go to the gym, once I come home, work until 9 to 10 p.m, wake up at 2 a.m. and work until 6 a.m. That's what I was doing every single day, really trying to make this work. As you can see here, 4:35 a.m, right? 2024, I was 2 years ago, bro. I'm 17 at the time, right? I really wanted this to work. This was just another business I'd done that just wasted my time. I thought trading was going to change my life, but that was far from the truth. Trading was absolutely bullshit. It didn't do anything, I didn't make any money. You can't make money with trading unless you have money to invest. If you haven't got a few £1,000s, then GG's of trading. You'll probably not make any money. Trading is a game where you need money to start, otherwise it's not going to work. TikTok automation, semi-failed. So I had these accounts that I was growing, these are looks maxing accounts, right? And these looks maxing accounts, like, it was kind of gay, like posting men every day and like sometimes females, but I was going absolutely viral. I scaled this account to 10K followers in like a week. I was going mega viral, like 2.5 million views, 500K views, 4 million views in 30 days, which is actually quite good. So I launched 2 TikTok accounts in the looks maxing niche in 2024, right? I scaled both accounts to 10K plus followers. My videos are going crazy viral. I was pulling millions of views every single month. I thought I finally found the key to success. I got into a TikTok creator program. Everything was going well. I scaled these pages to millions of views, spending hours making content. I even had brands like Based, Wiz, and Khalif reaching out to me because they wanted me to promote their brand. I even had one guy pay me £100 just to promote his sound. I finally thought I cracked the code, but I didn't. One day I woke up with both accounts getting absolutely banned. Both accounts got banned. I couldn't make any money now. And I was thinking to myself, like, bro, I've tried selling oud, I'm doing reselling, but I'm not making a lot of money. I tried TikTok automation and I tried agency. 4 things and nothing's actually worked. I haven't even hit a £500 day. Nothing's been working. Business 5, organic dropshipping, failed. I tried the typical way of doing organic dropshipping twice, right? I hated it. I made £0. I hated getting up every day to film for a stupid Chinese product and not go viral. I saw people making thousands from it, but it never worked for me. So the typical way of organic dropshipping is you find a product and it's like you make an Instagram account or whatever, and you just make organic content. Like, let's say, for example, this is the product. You make organic content, you do this, like you make it look really nice, and it's just bullshit. It's really bullshit. If you haven't got an optimized account, if your account isn't primed, then doing all of that is a waste of time. Like right now I'm thinking, I can literally remember myself wasting time sitting there filming for this fuck-ass product and thinking I'm gonna get rich from it, right? Organic dropshipping doesn't work unless your video is getting thousands of views. This business model simply just doesn't work. You're relying on going viral with a shitty globe. I never recommend this sort of dropshipping, ever. Business 6, scaled reselling, right? Success, finally started seeing some success, right? This is just a more advanced version of reselling, basically. It's like reselling e-com, basically, right? It's just e-com, but I was doing reselling products instead. Scaled reselling helps me make my first ever 10K. And scaled reselling was basically just running pump and dumps on e-com stores, right? But it's just reselling, it's just like reselling products. So like iPhones, Nike Techs, Asics. I used to order a bunch of rep items from China, such as Nike Millers, Asics, Ralph Lauren, etc. and sold them on Shopify. To be honest, this made me my first 50K at 18. I was pulling 500 to 3,000 pounds daily with this business model, but there was a lot of negatives about it. It relied on trends and spending a lot of money on content in order to go viral. And because this is organic dropshipping, we were promoting through TikTok. Even if we wanted to run ads, we couldn't because they get taken down because we're showing like replica items, right? As you can see here, printing. Every other week, my Shopify store would get banned and payouts would get held for 6 months. So for those that don't know, if you're selling a replica item on Shopify, your payouts will literally go on hold for like 6 months, like 180 days or sometimes a year, because you're not selling a legitimate product. So most of the time your accounts will get banned, right? And this is really not good for making money. There are times where I've scaled stores to like 1 to 2K days and I get banned and I can't do anything. Here's a list of reasons why I stopped doing reselling. My store would get banned weekly, processing issues, complaints about the product, no exit value, can't implement MRR, relying on trends, started to get saturated, chargebacks, not real business, targeting kids, no way of differentiating yourself from the market, and you can't scale over 100K per month, right? The fact that I've called out 10 reasons why scaled reselling is dead shows that it was time to quit. I wanted to do something bigger, not this childish business model. Business 7, e-com, success, but mega success. I was printing and pulling in crazy numbers with e-com. 7K in only a few days, right? 2 stores back to back printing, right? 5K in 7 days. 12K in a few days. Printing every single day, right? 3K days. Every single day I was making money. After trying 6 business models, I finally found the one that changed my life. After spending months of grinding e-com, I was able to pull in crazy numbers like this. After 1 year of testing different business models, I finally found the one that gave me financial freedom. I could finally do things I've seen people do on Instagram. After being successful with e-com, everything in life has just become so much easier. I don't need to look at my bank before I buy things. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. I can meet new people, travel, scale, and level up. But boys, I could also do this when I was doing scaled reselling. But e-com has just given me the level of safety, right? With scaled reselling, at any time, my store can get banned. Yes, I was making all right money, but also you're relying on organic trends for you to make money. 1 week, I can make 2K every single day. Then the next week, I'm making nothing because the trends died down. Doing e-com, I know I have a solid backbone, so I can spend money and I know I'll be able to make it back. Because e-com worked out last year, I was able to travel 8 different times at the age of 18. Not my family, entirely on my own. So how do you get started, boys? E-com, dropshipping. So dropshipping is basically the fulfillment method. And the formula for dropshipping is very simple. A customer comes to your Shopify store, they purchase, and then you go and buy the product from your supplier, and your supplier then ships it over to your customer. So if your customer's buying a fidget spinner, he pays me £20, and it costs me £5 for the product. I will keep £15, send £5 to my supplier, and my supplier will ship it over to the product, profiting me in £15, okay? That's how it works. So the formula looks simple, but there's a lot of skills that are needed. So for product research, knowing how to identify a high in demand market before saturation, that's vital. Because with e-com, it's not about finding a winning product, it's about finding a winning market. Every single product can work, but if you're advertising in the same market and using the same angles as everybody else, it's gonna get fried. So with e-com, you need to find a different angle and a different market to advertise in for you to print. You need to also ensure that the product is suitable for MRR. So MRR means monthly recurring revenue. I dropped a video explaining exactly what monthly recurring revenue is. So if you want to watch that, then just go to, it'll probably be somewhere here, or go on to my channel to see. You also have to make sure the product solves a big enough desire. This is very, very important, all right? So I'm going to show you guys right here. This is an example of a very shitty product. This is a humidifier. It solves no deep problem in somebody's life. No one really needs a humidifier, let's be honest. They can just open a window. It's oversaturated, Perceived value is extremely low. So perceived value is how, like, what price people think the product is just by looking at it. And if you came onto this product and you saw it for the first time, you would think this is no more than £20, right? So you want to make sure your perceived value of your product is higher so you can sell it for a higher price, right? No desire behind this product, very small margins, and no unique selling point. This product is shit. There's no such thing as a winning product. All products work. It's just about finding a winning angle / market, which I said. Now you also have to do deep avatar research. Knowing how to effectively do deep avatar research is vital. Understanding what prompts to use. Knowing where to get information to feed AI in order to give it optimized results. This is very important. So I have an exact prompt in order to do deep research on my avatar. So I put in a prompt here, and it basically generates me a 24-page document, and it gives me all the information on my avatar, right? So 24-page doc, 20-page doc, okay? It gives me a fully optimized document on my avatar explanation, age, gender, pain points, desires, failures, beliefs, everything. This is very, very, very important. Very important. Like really, really important. Because you wanna do this so you have this whole document. So when you're making ad copy, you can send it to an AI, whatever, and it can do it for you effectively and optimized. Doing avatar research is vital. Understanding who you're going to be targeting will help you create ad copy and make creatives. Building a store. Building an optimized store around that product. Use AI for the ad copy and use AI for the product images and the store creation. So building a store is important. If your store is not optimized, then GG's. You're not gonna get conversions. Optimizing your store is vital. And it's not just about, making sure it's like linked and it all makes sense. It's all about the ad copy. If your ad copy isn't pulling out a pain point from your avatar, if your ad copy isn't fulfilling a desire for your avatar, then GG's. It's not gonna be, you don't wanna convert, you're not gonna make money, right? So here's an example. This is what an optimized website looks like. This person is selling like gummies for tanning, and their avatar is obviously young girls who are tanned, like young white girls, I guess. So in his product images, he used AI to make the girl's hair look like his avatar. So when his avatar sees this, they feel like at home. They feel like this product will work for them because these girls here look like them, and they're all good looking. And these avatars, the people that are looking to buy the product, want to look good looking. So, and they just feel in line. For example, if you're selling a weight loss product, don't have people with 6-packs on your website. Have people that were chunky as fuck and just lost a bit of weight but they're still fat. Like, you need to make people feel like they're at home. If you don't want to spook the customer. If you spook the customer, it's the worst thing. If I was fat and I go into a website to do losing weight and I see people that have 6-packs and massive muscles, I'm gonna get spooked. I'm not gonna buy. But if I go to another website, there's people like me who are fat as fuck and they're all losing weight, I'll feel more in line to go and buy the product from there. This is like a little story, like testimonial from somebody who has bought the product. Everything's literally in line, bro. Literally everything's in line. And these AIs in line, and yeah, testimonials pre-handle any objections. And it also calls out other brands and show why theirs works more, right? As you can see here. Then there's creatives and creative testing. Knowing how to pick out your avatar with your creatives, knowing how to properly make AI creatives and split testing different creatives is everything you need to be doing when it comes to creative testing. Making creatives is the #1 most important thing in e-com. If your creatives are bad, then good luck seeing success. Your creatives is what your customer is going to see on their feed. And if it's not tailored to their desires and pain points, then it will be very hard to make sales, right? As you can see here, these ads are fully optimized to this guy's avatar. When he made the creatives, he made sure that the people look like his ICP is targeting. Also, making them hold the product, the bottles, just gives them extra brand authority. So running ads, how to read metrics, so when it comes to running ads, you need to know how to read metrics, how to run the ads, and how to deal with account bans. There's a lot of things when it comes to running ads. Once you understand the fundamentals, stick to it, find a solid mentor, you'll be able to fucking print. As you can see the results right here from me. But anyway, boys, this is exactly how I was able to make 50K at 19. If you want more information on what I do, and if you want to contact me or whatever, I have a free Telegram group in the description and my Instagram is there. So follow me and join up.